In terms of personnel, yeah, I'm not 100% sure around the Szmodics stuff. Like, I definitely, like, I don't believe that Stephen Kenny views him as a messiah-like figure who's going to change the squad. And I think, I think he spoke very honestly last week about how Andrew Moran would excite him more, and certainly that would tally with sort of my impression of where things might be over the next period of time as well too. He was in a camp a couple of years ago, and then clearly there was some issues, but he pulled out of that camp with injury as well. I think his club had just got promoted to the Championship, and there was sort of maybe other pressures at play at that time too. So I don't think he was necessarily banging the door down with his performances around that time to be back in the squad. So in some respects, like any of this outrage over squad selection in recent times is contrived to a point.
It feels
for me.
like it.
There's no player, there's no massive personal outrage. Like we've seen it with Ryan Manning, and Ryan Manning is a very good player.
It's the name I was going to cite, where if you're scrapping over Ryan Manning's inclusion or not, we're probably trying to pick too much of a fight that isn't there.
Ryan Manning came on against the Dutch, and you can't be unfair on him. He did fine. A couple of dead balls didn't happen. There's a lot of pressure involved with playing for your country. We saw it with Will Smallbone in June. Like, if Will Smallbone hadn't been in the squad till this point, there would be outrage. But you see, like, you have a very good Championship player. They're not going to just come in straight away and make an instant impact. Evan Ferguson can, because he's possessed with like a Premier League elite talent. Andrew Moran is spoken of in those terms. You can fast track those players and expect much, but you can expect maybe instant impact from them to a point. But guys in their mid to late 20s aren't going to come in and revolutionise the fortunes of an international team, and that's not fair on them to expect that they would either. Like, maybe in some cases they could have been around squads earlier, but generally people now aren't massively excited about what Will Smallbone will do this week, because they've watched him play a couple of times and realised very good player, has got a chance, but he's part of what we have at the moment. He's not the messiah, and I don't think Sammie Szmodics is going to be that either.